Hey YouTube, how's it going? Hey, so a nice normal guitar, kind of more my style. This is a classic tele. I'm not actually sure exactly what model it is. It doesn't actually say, does it? ISS B210. It doesn't have a serial number on it that is dead easy to read for me. Crafted in Indonesia. I don't know what ISS B21, so it's brand spanking new. I don't know. ISS B is a new thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so got this in for a setup, even though it's brand spanking new. The guy was saying there was a few, wasn't quite happy with it. The action was a wee bit high, and to his credit, it was buzzing a little bit. Frets weren't absolutely perfect. The thing is, it was still playing pretty good. So I mean, miles better than the Epiphone, the modern Epiphones I've had before. That the one I always complain about, that green one. But just a few wee high spots that I've sorted out. Did a bit of truss rod adjustment, bit of saddles, new strings. What I just did there, I noticed, see the difference it makes when you raise the pickups up just a wee bit. It was kind of muted and muffled sounding, and I just, we're talking about 2mm or something like that, because it's like they weren't really that low. They weren't pure recessed into the body. But what a difference it made. So it's like there's setups and there's setups. Something like adjusting the pickups. I mean, you can do that yourself. Basically, I kind of set them so that if you pure lean on the strings, they don't touch the pole pieces kind of height. Just so that the strings don't hit off them, but you kind of want them nice and high up. I bet you it's made the neck pickup quieter though. Not too much. Yeah, so Clausen style tuners are fantastic. It's a one-piece neck. It's a one-piece neck. Like a one-piece neck. So this might be a classic vibe or something. I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm never really asked. But it's brand spanking new anyway, and it's the classic blonde finish, which if you look at it, if you get the light, you can see the grain through it. You know, it's like which is rather nice. It doesn't say it. No, it doesn't. So I mean, it doesn't say what it is. It's just a Squier Telecaster, but rather nice at that. What else to say? The fretwork's good, so there's no jaggy edges or anything like that. The glossy neck though, I mean, just I don't understand this. People, maybe I sweat differently or something like that. I don't find glossy necks sticky at all. You always see them talk about it in YouTube channels like that. Oh, it's got a satin neck. Whoa, lovely smooth satin neck. A glossy neck's better, man. The way it should be. I do have some guitars with satin necks, but generally because I buy second hand and ancient and beat up, I don't really have a choice of colour or anything like that. But I would always go for a glossy neck. I'd always go for a maple neck if it was a Fender. As well. So 10-inch radius. The strings were set funny. It's basically, it's not been set up. It's been set up in the factory, so it's been worked. It was playing. I'm just really, the point of this is to say that yes, it is kind of worthwhile. If you're going to blow, I don't know, 300 quid, something like that. I don't know. I don't want to insult the guy who bought it because he paid 400 for it, or insult everyone else because he only paid 200. I don't know. I think 300 and something maybe, and I don't know. But really rather nice, and right in my comfort zone. It's maybe a little bit classic for me, kind of like your tobacco burst Strat. You get your blonde tele, you've got a cherry red SG, you get like a Carina coloured Explorer. They're just like the one, or the sunburst Les Paul. It's the one you see the most, the famous one. With black scratch plate and stuff like that. Great fun. So I'm going to stick a wee tele jam on it. I suppose I'll play. So here's the neck pickup. Playing through the wee Laney VC15 and that 3x12 cabinet. The mic's there. There's no effects pedals on or reverb. Then both pickups. I actually took a wee bit off the nut as well just to get it absolutely perfect. The guy actually, instead of paying me for setting up, gave me a Rally Les Paul, and it's really awful good. So I thought, right, I'm going to spend a bit of time on it, just to make it absolutely perfect. So I mean, didn't need done, but it's better than it was. So it's just like all these things. Once you start getting to the point of just trying to get it as good as possible, the smallest adjustments can just make it just a wee bit better. And it's like all the wee tiny wee bits that make it slightly better just makes the whole thing better. And then the bridge pickup, which is where I would live on this guitar. Got the drums on. I'm now putting the drums through that, the bass amp, because I figured it's probably not a good idea having the drums coming through the same amp as I'm playing through. But what I'm noticing is it's making it more separate, and it's harder to sync up with them. I might just be in my head because the drums are now coming from here. You can't hear them coming from there, but coming from there, and the guitar's coming from there. So I think I might put it back, to be honest. Maybe put it. So I mean, it just doesn't seem quite in sync for it. That's both pickups, neck pickup. For the Joyo US Dream, my go-to distortion pedal. Really not very good at playing high up the fretboard. I just feel I really should to demo guitars. Now I go into the bridge pickup, which is a little bit louder, which is a kind of tele thing, I think. It's a bit of spanking, isn't it? Then distortion on the bridge pickup. So there ends the sort of proper demo. I'm going to put the fuzz pedal on, which I kind of shouldn't really be using for demos because it just kind of, all the guitars kind of sound the same through a fuzz pedal, but yeah. Now onto the vintage made by someone's uncle in Yorkshire super fuzz pedal, which is even more extreme than that last one. Yeah. I've never really noticed running out of frets before. It's only a 21 fret. I don't normally play in D or A. I'm an A, I don't even know. I'm an A. Yeah, so, I mean, even I'm totally honest, this is about as good a tele as I've ever played. It's kind of got everything I want. I mean, I'm kind of sold already, a wee bit biased towards it because it's got the one-piece maple neck, and it's a glossy one-piece maple neck, which is just what I like. But I mean, everything on it just seems a total solid, a solid guitar. I would have this over the satin-necked Mexican Fender. Really, I really can't fault it. It is a tele, okay. The neck pickup's slightly quiet, but that's a tele thing. And the same I would always say with these things is you've noticed me doing it a couple of times. When you flip to the bridge pickup, it's quite often because the pickup selector switch sits dead close to the knob. It's dead easy to flip to there and accidentally just knock the volume down a little bit. But that's just like, that's vintage true to form Telecaster. That's just what they are, and it's like, I wouldn't change it. I've seen a lot of people, John Fogerty does it, you flip the plate round, so you get the volume, you put the volume in there and the tone in there, and you get the switch down here, which means the volume's on its own, then you get the tone, and then you get the switch at the back. Pretty easy to do. You don't really need to do what you're doing. All you need is like a spanner or something to take it off and then swap it round. But that makes it not a tele. Or you could put like a Strat type switch tip on it if you wanted. If that was really annoying you. But I mean, it's part of the charm of the tele. And next thing you'll be doing, you'll be carving off the sort of the belly bit and then this bit to make it more like basically you end up with a Strat. So it's like part of the tele's charm is the fact it's kind of like it's just a hammer, isn't it? It's a total tool. Leo totally got it right. Almost first time. I think the wiring he got wrong to start with. The very first Telecasters had like the three-way switch didn't do this pickup, both pickups, this pickup. It did something else. I think it was it the bridge pickup without a tone control, the bridge pickup with a tone control, and then the neck pickup with a tone control wedged on or something. I think the idea was back then because you didn't actually get electric basses, so you could kind of have the neck pickup with the tone all the way off and use that as your bass, which is sort of better than not having a bass, I guess. Or if you've got like an upright bass player and you kind of and you're wanting to play in a very small bar or you wanted to carry your stuff in a car, because obviously an upright bass is, if you've ever seen an upright bass actually in person, my pal Steph has one in his house and he's like, look at this, and the thing is it's just so big. You're like, it's like, give us a shot. You're holding it. It's kind of the body's like this, and you're like, right, just a huge thing. Really, it looked kind of normal until I sort of realised that the guy was, you're really that short, and it's like your doors are awfully small. Like the door frame, which used to be that size, and it's like, yeah, because it obviously just looks exactly like a violin, apart from it's 6 feet high. I'm sure there's some use for that. Now I could play this all day. I'm not going to. I'm doing other stuff. I've got a couple of other things I've bought and other videos to do, but and I don't normally put. I've decided a few weeks ago I was going to take a day off and not do videos on Thursday because nobody ever seems to watch videos on Thursday anyway. But got the guitar. It means I can show it to the guy who I fixed it for, and I can now tell him you can come and pick it up. Yep. So yes, Mad Malco does recommend whatever Squier this is. It's really good, and it is, to get the absolute best out of it is better getting it set up. Even unless you've got a really, really good and old-fashioned and probably a guitar shop that doesn't make any money and will go out of business soon if they actually have somebody who sets them up free, like before they put them on the shelf. sort of thing. I think that used to be the case back in the day, but now, you know, most guitar shops, it's like you take the guitar, he's, oh, I'll have one of these, and he goes, here's the box. Oh, I'll open the box, make sure it's in it. Yep, it's in it, it's the right colour. Close the box, there you go. It should be there's a wee bit more to it than that, even with the best guitars in the world. I mean, this thing was made in, where is it? It was made in Indonesia. Indonesia. It's now in Scotland. There's no way that the wood's the same. There's no way it's the same humidity and all that rubbish, and who knows where it's been in the middle. So it's like they kind of set it up kind of in the middle, so that if it goes somewhere really cold or it goes somewhere really hot, it'll still play. It'll still be playable, as opposed to being, you know, if you set it up like a pure lightning fast Steve Vai action, and then you go from Indonesia to here, which way does it go? The strings will all just be sitting on the fretboard and it won't make a noise. Or if you set it up for high, you know, sort of quite high action in Indonesia and bring it here, it'll be all right. Yeah, I can't remember which way around it works. But so basically, it's worthwhile getting it set up. But this one did play good when I got it. It just now plays great. Rock on, catch you later. What we do tomorrow? It might have been interesting. Might have another Fuzz Friday. My pal came round and I enjoyed your fuzz pedal video I did a couple of weeks ago. Great, cheers, it's up here. Give me a poly bag full of fuzz pedals, all different ones. So maybe if we go at some extreme fuzz, Fuzz Friday, perhaps. Fuzz Friday, okay, I'll just call it Fuzz Friday. See you for Fuzz Friday. Live stream on Sunday night again. This time I'm definitely going to eat dinner before, not just have a pot noodle for dinner. Well, it wasn't actually a pot noodle, it was Korean pot noodle type thing. And thus, after only having drank, I mean, there's the bottle of bucky I was drinking. I only drank that much, right? That's, I mean, it's not like it's whiskey or something. It's only, I mean, it's 15%, so it's quite a strong red wine. But I was pure floored. I basically stopped the stream because a couple of times I was kind of like, I nearly fell over because I'm tripping on this settee. Probably not the most professional thing, but that's Sunday night. Sunday night's my drinking night. Rock on, catch you later.